Welcome back, coin hunters and curious minds. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Monticello Jefferson 5-cent nickels, one of America's longest-running coin series, often hiding in plain sight. While many people overlook the humble nickel, what if I told you that some of these coins could be worth thousands of dollars, depending on their year, condition, and mint mark? That's right. Your everyday change might just hold a rare gem that could transform your fortune. So, grab your magnifying glass, sort through those jars. Let's get started. First up, the 1964 Jefferson 5-cent nickel, minted in Denver and marked with the coveted D mint mark, now found in a striking black-shaded, heavily circulated condition. Though it may appear dull or worn on the surface, this coin hides an extraordinary story, one of wartime legacy, minting history, and hidden errors that could transform a mere 5 cents into a coin worth thousands, or even millions. If you've got one of these in your collection or coin jar, don't blink, because the full truth is more exciting than you ever imagined. The Jefferson nickel first debuted in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel and marking a new era in U.S. coin design. By 1964, this series had already become a mainstay of American pockets, but that year's coin holds a special place in history. With the nation facing a coin shortage and increasing demand for circulating currency, the U.S. Mint ramped up production dramatically, making 1964 one of the highest mintage years for nickels. The obverse, front, of the coin features a left-facing bust of Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of Independence and third U.S. President. Designed by sculptor Felix Schlag, Jefferson's profile is detailed, with inscriptions "In God We Trust" to the left, "Liberty," and the date, 1964, to the right, and just beside the Monticello depiction on the reverse, the D mint mark, confirming this coin's origin at the Denver Mint. Turn it over, and the reverse presents Jefferson's stunning estate, Monticello, rendered with neoclassical symmetry and quiet grandeur. Above the dome of the structure reads, E pluribus unum, with Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America inscribed below. Though common in design, the 1964 nickel's striking simplicity and historic symbolism lend it a timeless character. And here's where things get exciting. While many 1964 D nickels are ordinary, a small percentage contain minting errors, planchet anomalies, and striking mistakes that can skyrocket their value on the auction block. Now, let's explore the technical specifications. The 1964 D Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, with no silver content. It weighs 5.00 grams, has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, and features a plain, smooth edge. The black color or dark shading on your coin likely results from oxidation, toning, or environmental exposure. Perhaps it was buried, left in a humid place, or simply aged naturally over the decades. While this black hue may be dismissed as damage by casual observers, experienced collectors know that certain toned coins, especially those with rich, even coloration, can be highly desirable, especially if paired with a rare error. In circulated condition, the average 1964 D nickel typically sells for 10 cents to 25 cents USD, and in uncirculated, mint state grades, values can reach $3 to 10 US dollars. But here's the twist. Some 1964 D nickels have been discovered with dramatic mint errors, and this is where things go from ordinary to outright extraordinary. Known rare errors include double die obverse, DDO, or double die reverse, DDR, where inscriptions or design elements appear doubled. Off-center strikes, with part of the design missing or struck off axis. Clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is cut off. Strikes on the wrong metal planchet. For example, a nickel struck on a copper penny blank. Full steps nickels, where the steps of Monticello are fully visible and sharply struck, particularly rare on 1964 coins due to weak strikes. A 1964 D Jefferson nickel with full steps designation in MS66 or higher has sold for over 3,000 US dollars. A rare off-metal strike or dramatic off-center coin can easily fetch $5,000 to $15,000, depending on condition and market interest. And if a completely unknown mint error is discovered, something new to the numismatic world, It could launch the coin's value into six-figure territory at a top-tier auction. Now let's talk about the market demand. Jefferson nickels have gained massive collector interest in recent years, especially among error coin hunters and those building full-step sets. Social media coin influencers, YouTube treasure hunters, and coin grading forums have shined a spotlight on Jefferson nickels, fueling a wave of people re-examining their change. The hunt for rare 1964 D varieties, particularly those with dark toning, hidden doubling, or striking errors, is hotter than ever. Online auction platforms like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and even eBay have featured jaw-dropping sales of 1,964 nickels, proof that what looks like an ordinary coin can be a numismatic miracle. Demand continues to surge for error coins, tone varieties, and black-shaded Jefferson nickels that hint at rare minting histories. Whether by accident or design, the U.S. Mint's overproduction and inconsistency in 1964 make this coin a minefield of opportunity for collectors with a sharp eye and a little luck. The 1964 Jefferson 5-cent coin, struck in Denver, wearing a unique black patina in circulated condition, is far more than a 5-cent relic. It's a mystery, a masterpiece, and a potential millionaire's ticket. While most will pass it over as worn or damaged, the coin you hold could be hiding a rare die error, off-metal strike, or dramatic mint anomaly just waiting to be discovered. Don't underestimate its value. Get it magnified, inspected, even graded by a professional service. Because in the world of coins, one darkened nickel can lead to a dazzling future. Your 1964 D. Jefferson nickel may just be the one that flips your story from casual collector to legendary millionaire. Next up, the 1989 Jefferson nickel with the iconic P mint mark. You may think a 5-cent coin minted in the late 80s couldn't possibly be worth much, especially one found in what collectors call yellow dirty, circulated condition. But what if I told you this humble coin could be hiding a secret that could make you a millionaire? Let's crack this mystery wide open. Our story begins in the year 1989, a time of major shifts in world politics and American identity. The Cold War was drawing to a close, and the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was busy producing millions of 5-cent Jefferson nickels, each bearing the familiar image of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, and one of the nation's most revered founding fathers. The P mint mark, denoting Philadelphia, sits to the right of Monticello on the reverse side, and although that might seem common, not all 1989 nickels were created equal, especially not the ones with striking errors, rare die varieties, or ultra-high preservation. Let's first explore the design, because this coin is truly a miniature monument to American heritage. The obverse, front, features a left-facing portrait of Jefferson, sculpted in stunning realism by artist Felix Schlag. His gaze is firm and thoughtful, his high cheekbones and hair rendered with subtle yet sharp lines. Around the rim, the word Liberty is inscribed in Jefferson's own handwriting, along with the date, 1989. In excellent conditions, his features appear crisp and chiseled. But even in yellow-toned, dirty circulated states, those same features still whisper stories of age, resilience, and historical dignity. Flip to the reverse, and you're greeted by the neoclassical grandeur of Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia estate. The symmetry, columns, and dome are masterfully captured by Schlag, and the building rests beneath the words E pluribus unum at the top. Below the building sits the denomination, 5 cents, and the country, United States of America. Just to the right of Monticello lies the prized P mint mark, a small letter that carries massive weight in the coin collecting world. In excellent coins, the lines of Monticello are razor-sharp, showing full steps, an important indicator of a strong strike and quality die. Now let's dig into the core specifications. The 1989 Jefferson nickel is made of a durable copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing in at 5.00 grams, with a 21.2 millimeters diameter, a plain edge, and a non-silver composition, making it ideal for mass circulation. But what makes this coin a true diamond in the rough is not just its specs. It's the chance that your specific coin could contain a rare mint error or die variety that collectors go absolutely wild for. So what is this yellow, dirty coloration you see on some of these coins? That's typically a result of oxidation or exposure to environmental elements like sulfur, oil, or even improper cleaning. While that doesn't usually increase a coin's value, in certain cases, if that dirty tone reveals the coin is struck on a foreign planchet or mismatched metal, it could be a rare and highly desirable minting error worth thousands. A Jefferson nickel struck on the wrong planchet, such as a 1-cent blank, has been sold at auction for over $3,000, while others with double-die errors or off-center strikes have reached the $5,000 to $10,000 mark, depending on rarity and condition. Now let's talk raw numbers. In circulated condition with no visible errors, a standard 1989 P. Jefferson nickel might only fetch 5 to 25 cents in the open market. But don't dismiss it yet, because in high-grade mint state, particularly MS65 to MS67 full steps, the value jumps fast. Some auction specimens certified by PCGS or NGC in MS67FS, full steps, have sold for $250 to $750. Extremely rare mint errors, like double-die obverse, off-metal strikes, or broad-struck coins, have crossed $3,000 to $7,000, and in rare certified cases, even flirted with five-figure territory. Those are the coins that keep collectors awake at night, because they prove that a 5-cent coin can become a financial dream. But what makes the 1989 Jefferson nickel even more fascinating is its growing collector base. The Jefferson series, long overshadowed by the Lincoln penny or Washington quarter, is seeing a massive resurgence among young collectors and international investors. The rise of social media auctions, TikTok coin influencers, and global numismatic events has pushed values higher, especially for 80s and 90s nickels in uncirculated or error-laden form. Coin roll hunters across America are now hoarding 1989 nickels by the thousands, hoping to uncover that one lightning strike coin that will make them a household name. So how do you know if your coin is one of the million-dollar miracles? Start by looking carefully. Inspect for doubling in the word Liberty, Jefferson's eye, or Monticello's steps. Examine the edge for signs of off-centering, broad strike, or clipped planchets. If your coin looks odd, unusually thick, thin, or carries a strange color, it might be struck on the wrong planchet. That's the golden ticket. For serious finds, submit the coin to professional graders like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. With official certification, even a dirty yellow Jefferson nickel can be transformed into a piece of American numismatic gold. So is the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel in yellow dirty condition truly a coin that could make you a millionaire? While the ordinary ones won't, there's always the chance, however slim, that you hold one of the rarest, most lucrative minting errors in your palm. And that's the beauty of this world. The treasure lies not just in the coin's face value, but in the stories, the secrets, and the thrill of the unknown. Your next coin could be your fortune. All it takes is one. Next up, the 1969 Jefferson nickel with the rare S mint mark, straight from San Francisco. Yes, it's old. Yes, it's dirty, maybe even battered. But could this very coin be the one that turns pocket change into a powerful windfall? Let's find out, and you might never look at nickels the same way again. We begin in the politically charged and culturally vibrant year of 1969, a time of moon landings, civil rights revolutions, and monumental change across the United States. While the world was watching Neil Armstrong walk on the moon, the U.S. Mint was striking Jefferson nickels in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and the far rarer San Francisco Mint. Coins bearing the S mint mark, tucked neatly to the right of Monticello on the reverse side, were intended for general circulation and mint sets. However, far fewer of them were produced compared to their Denver counterparts, and those that survived in collectible-worthy condition have since become prized targets among numismatists. Now let's admire the beauty beneath the wear, because even in bad condition, the design of the 1969 S. Jefferson nickel is steeped in rich symbolism. On the obverse, we find the calm, confident face of Thomas Jefferson, the 3rd President of the United States, facing left. Sculpted by Felix Schlag, Jefferson's portrait exudes intelligence and foresight, despite the coin's age-worn face. His long hair is pulled back into a queue, and the subtle curve of his lips suggests quiet strength. The word liberty arches proudly across the left, while the motto, "In God We Trust," balances the right, and the date, 1969, is pressed firmly along the bottom. Flip it over, and you'll see Jefferson's beloved estate, Monticello, with its iconic neoclassical dome and front portico, centered beneath the Latin phrase, E pluribus unum. While time and circulation may have softened its architectural lines, the shape still remains unmistakable. Below the image lies the denomination, 5 cents, and the phrase, United States of America. But the real treasure? That little S, mint mark just to the right of the building. Your clue that this coin came from one of the least used U.S. mint branches and might hold surprising rarity. In terms of technical specifications, the 1969 S. Jefferson nickel is made from a durable copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper, 25% nickel, weighing 5.00 grams, with a 21.2 millimeters diameter and a plain edge. This alloy, chosen for strength and longevity, makes the coin resistant to corrosion, which is why even bad-condition coins like yours can still bear identifiable features after decades of wear. But the real magic comes not from the metal, but what could be lurking within the strike. Let's talk value and rarity. In bad circulated condition, the average 1969 S. Jefferson nickel might only sell for 10 cents to 25 cents on the low end. But wait, that's only for standard examples. If your coin has full steps detail on Monticello, a clear sign of an exceptionally sharp strike, even in moderately worn condition, you could be looking at $10 to $50, sometimes more. In mint state, MS65, MS67, condition with full steps, 1969, S. Jefferson nickels have sold for up to $900 at auction. But the real hunt is for mint errors and rare varieties. Now here's where things get electric. Because among 1969 S. nickels, there are a handful of rare errors and unique planchet varieties that have shocked even the most seasoned collectors. Double die errors, off-metal strikes, or off-center mints have commanded prices from $500 to over $3,000 depending on grade and certification. Even obscure anomalies, like a nickel struck on a dime planchet or missing the mint mark entirely, can send your coin's value soaring. These are the kinds of discoveries that turn 5-cent coins into 4- or 5-figure windfalls. So what about the current market demand? The Jefferson nickel series has witnessed a resurgence thanks to increased attention from modern collectors, YouTubers, and coin roll hunters. Jefferson nickels with mint marks from San Francisco, particularly pre-1970, are now hot targets in auctions and trade shows. Younger collectors are especially drawn to vintage coins in lower denominations, viewing them as affordable investments with high upside potential. With inflation rising and hard assets gaining momentum, even nickels, yes, nickels, have become part of smart investment portfolios. Your 1969 S. Jefferson nickel, even in bad condition, might still have untapped value. The bad color or dirty appearance can sometimes hide a more important clue, like a die break, doubling, a clipped planchet, or metal mismatch. It's critical to inspect the coin under a 10x magnifying loupe, or better yet, have it evaluated by a third-party grading company like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. You might discover that your coin is far from ordinary and could be one of the elusive few that commands a 4- or 5-figure payday at auction. So, is the 1969 S. Jefferson nickel in bad condition truly a coin that could make you a millionaire? For the average piece, perhaps not. But for the rare variety hiding in plain sight? Absolutely. Numismatic history is full of stories where a seemingly worthless coin turned out to be a once-in-a-lifetime find. And that's the beauty of coin collecting. Behind every tarnished coin lies the potential for extraordinary value. And behind every S. mint mark lies the legacy of American craftsmanship that refuses to fade with time. So dig through your drawers, your coin jars, your old boxes in the attic. That 1969 S. Jefferson nickel, worn, dirty, and forgotten, might just be your golden ticket. Because in the coin world, it only takes one extraordinary find to transform your story from humble collector to millionaire treasure hunter. Next up, the 1963 Jefferson nickel, struck at the legendary Denver Mint, proudly carrying the D mint mark. And while most might see it as just another 5-cent piece, in very fine condition, this particular coin holds the power to astonish collectors and possibly rewrite your financial story. Buckle up, because this journey from nickel to nirvana is one you don't want to miss. The year was 1963, a moment in American history suspended between optimism and tragedy. John F. Kennedy was still president, the civil rights movement was gathering storm, and the space race was in full swing. Amid this cultural whirlwind, the U.S. Mint was quietly producing millions of Jefferson nickels, never knowing that coin struck just a year before Kennedy's assassination would someday be treasured as relics of a pre-shattered era. And among these, the 1963 D. Jefferson nickel stands out, not for its composition, but for its legacy, its subtle beauty, and in some rare cases, its hidden, millionaire-making rarity. Let's begin with the obverse design, a proud portrait of President Thomas Jefferson, designed by German-American sculptor Felix Schlag. Jefferson is captured in profile, gazing left with a stoic, intellectual demeanor. His hair is pulled into a queue, and his collar is high, hinting at the 18th century elegance of the Enlightenment era. Around the top, the word "In God We Trust" arches across, while the word "Liberty" and the year 1963 stretch out along the right edge. The design is timeless, simple, yet filled with character. In very fine condition, the facial features, especially the eye, jawline, and hair detail, remain crisp, a sign of careful preservation. Flip to the reverse, and you're met with Schlag's masterpiece, Monticello, Jefferson's neoclassical Virginia estate. The building's elegant dome, columns, and staircase are framed by the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, at the top and the denomination, 5 cents, at the bottom. Beneath Monticello lies the inscription, United States of America. And there, tucked just to the right of the building's base, sits the tiny but powerful D Mint mark. Your confirmation that this coin was born in the high plains of the Denver Mint, a facility known for producing coins with strength, precision, and consistency. As for the technical specifications, the 1963 D. Jefferson nickel is composed of a durable copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper, 25% nickel, with a total weight of 5.00 grams and a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. The coin features a plain edge, and unlike earlier nickels, it contains no silver, but don't let that fool you. Value in the numismatic world isn't just about metal, it's about scarcity, condition, and era uniqueness. And that's where this coin becomes exciting. In very fine condition, the 1963 D. Jefferson nickel is valued between 15 cents and 35 cents in the general collector's market, a modest gain over face value. But if your coin shows stronger features, especially sharp lines on Monticello's steps, minimal surface damage, and an original patina, it could grade higher. In mint state, MS 65+, these coins can command $15 to $50, and if certified with full steps, that price jumps into the $100 to $300 plus range. One high-grade 1963 D with full steps struck a record auction price of $998, and that's just the beginning when you factor in rare mint errors. Now comes the golden opportunity, error coins. The 1963 D. Jefferson nickel is known to have a few die varieties and striking anomalies that can send its value soaring. Double die obverse, DDO, off-center strikes, broad strikes, repunched mint marks, RPM, or coins struck on the wrong planchet are exceptionally rare, but when found, they can reach auction prices as high as $5,000 to $10,000 depending on condition and certification. One specific off-metal 1963 D. Jefferson nickel, struck on a cent planchet, was once valued at over $7,500 by leading experts. That's the kind of coin that flips your 5 cents into 5 figures. So what's happening in the action market today? The Jefferson nickel series is undergoing a quiet renaissance among collectors, with new generations entering the hobby and experienced collectors seeking high-quality, full-steps varieties. Coins like the 1963 D, especially those in very fine or better condition, are gaining renewed attention. Online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections are flooded with Jefferson enthusiasts, and the competition for rare pieces is heating up. Don't underestimate your coin. That dull-looking nickel in your palm may be far more valuable than its copper content suggests. But how can you know if your coin is the life-changing kind? Examine it carefully under a 10x magnifying glass. Look for doubling in the text, repunched mint marks, or any signs that the planchet was not standard. Check Monticello's steps. If you see 5 or 6 full, distinct steps with nowhere between them, you've struck full steps gold. Then, consider sending your coin to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Certified coins almost always sell for more, and in the world of Jefferson nickels, they can unlock doors to auctions, collectors, and serious profit. So, is the 1963 D. Jefferson nickel in very fine condition a coin that could make you a millionaire? For the average specimen, maybe not. But for the rare die variety, the off-metal error, or the ultra-sharp, full steps beauty tucked away in Grandma's coin jar? Absolutely. The key is hidden in the detail, and in the world of rare U.S. coins, 5 cents can very literally transform into 5 figures, or more. The truth is simple. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby. It's a treasure hunt. And the 1963 D. Jefferson nickel is a gleaming reminder that sometimes the biggest surprises come from the smallest places. So go check your change, search your jars, and examine those forgotten nickels, because hidden in one of them might just be your millionaire moment.